Hello everybody, my name is Rossi and welcome to the Sodor and the S.C.P reaction video. This is going to be something I do recall of this video for this one. Now you guys remember back from the Sword Dark Realm reaction video I did, I pretty much promised that I was going to make a reaction video of the Sodor and the S.C.P TVS, August 16, 1992 to September 4th, 1992. So yeah, it's going to be awesome, and yeah, and the other show, I don't know, but I'll definitely watch them one at a time. Hopefully it's going to be peak, you know, but I'll love it. And yeah, of course. So this is going to be the beginning of madness. Wow. Alright, let's see here. Alright, welcome to 1990s. The S.C.P have come to Sodor. Weird things are happening everywhere, and our heroes are targets. It's up to James, his driver and fireman, to save Sodor from the evil government organization known as the S.C.P. Secure, Contain, Protect Foundation. But how does James stop this organization he barely knows anything about? The worst of all, the S.C.P have weapons and gadgets and people and engines of Sodor have never heard of. Against all odds, our heroes must survive against all odds, our heroes must survive, or Sodor is doomed to fall, to secure, contain, protect, control forever, as Sodor descends into the beginning of madness. Which I'm really excited to this. And yeah, it was barely back from May 7th, 2022. I kind of remember, like what I said before, that back from Florida, I think, during my trip, when I was in, I don't know, in my other grades, I think. I think that was it, but yeah. I just thought about it, and then I was definitely, remember watching it, but I was looking forward for some new episodes and, more stuff. But, yeah, that'll be peak, you know, it's really awesome, man. Makes sense, but, you know, it's just awesome. And, I don't know, it was kind of peak, I mean, but it's, you know, like, awesome, yeah. So, just let me get this full screen on. Hopefully no ads shows up. Thank goodness. Here we go, let's do it. Let's go. And it's also my 4th anniversary on my channel. Oh! Wait, S.C.P. D9. Oh, crap, I didn't read it fast enough. You have Sodor and the S.C.P. Episode 1, The Beginning of Madness. Secure. Contain. And protect. Yo, this intro is fire. Like, really.
It's only now that I thought to write this down in case something happened. My name is Bertie Williams.
Hey, Bertie Williams or Bert. I meant my Bertie the Bus. I meant my Bertie Williams or Bert for short.
The driver and fireman James the Red Engine. Some suspicious people have been reported
hey, it's Smudger.
Trespassing on the island, and have seemed to be inspecting and destroying various sets of buffers. The railway board has announced that the staff must be very careful and to report anything strange to the head of the railway. It's a tough hat.
Yeah, they control the railway.
Fine and is resting in the sheds. He'll need the energy since our next train is due in 30 minutes. If anything else strange happens, I'll make sure to write about it in my journal.
Oh my gosh, the Zoomy looks pretty cool. December 4th, 1992.
Turn James around for the return journey. It was only 20 minutes till departure, so there was time to spare. I stayed in the cab as Barry walked into the station to have a chat with the station master. As we waited, James claimed he saw a helicopter. It looked like one of those military ones,
it looks like the Rock, which kind of does, yeah.
The black diesel engine we didn't recognize pulled in and just stood there in silence and stared at us. He then looked back and it seemed he was whispering something to someone.
Oh, wait.
That's when everything went haywire. Barry came back to James, and just as he hopped into the cab, two men pulled out guns and started shooting into the air.
Oh,
the station was filled with
I remember that.
Kill anyone who didn't cooperate. I released the brake, and we sped out of the station, passing by the diesel as we almost got hit by a couple of bullets.
man, that was insane.
A helicopter flew overhead with someone saying terminate number 5. All three of us were horrified. We charged down the line. We got off the branch line and headed onto the main line, hoping nothing was in our way. We saw Gordon up ahead pulling the express as usual. None of us said anything as we rushed by.
Oh boy.
As our goal was to get away from the helicopter.
Oh boy. I wonder what happens to Gordon in sort of S.C.P, you know?
We suddenly heard a whistle behind us. Edward was pulling his train spin onto the
Hey,
main
it's
line.
Edward! I mean, Edward, I'm sorry.
Eyes
I
wide
was gonna say Edward, yeah, I'm sorry.
We soon heard the whooshing of a missile.
Oh,
speeding
no, a
straight
missile.
towards us, as Barry shoveled in more coal.
Don't tell me.
Dear
No.
Lord.
Oh god, what? Just stop! What? Oh no, what? No! And yeah, you did we killed number 2 for nothing, man. Oh my gosh.
Thankfully, the points were set to Henry's Forest, and I slammed on the brakes. And James came to a stop.
Huh.
I grabbed my face cloth and wiped my head. Barry took a look at the gauges and saw that James was out of coal and low on water. So thank God that we stopped.
Oh, wait,
Barry and I
that's what
quickly
happened?
turned off
Huh.
steam so James wouldn't explode.
Well, that's a good thing. He wouldn't explode. That's a good
After
thing.
a few moments, a helicopter, possibly the same one that had chased us, hovered by. Harry didn't notice a bright red engine surrounded by greenies beyond me. Luckily, we weren't spotted. After the coast had cleared, I told Barry to stay with James, and I decided to walk over to the single box that we had passed. I carefully walked up the stairs of the single box and opened the door to see a very concerned man. It was the new single man, Darryl.
Oh, wait,
He said he was
Daryl?
keeping a lookout for the armed men and was very happy to see me. I told him everything about what had happened at Kirk Ronan, and he frowned, telling me that he had heard the Sodor warning sirens and had decided to stay put during the attack. There was a telephone nearby, and I was going to use it to call for help, but Darryl said that he'd already tried. The phone lines had been ripped down earlier by
Oh,
the men,
wait, that's what
shutting down
happened?
most of the
Damn.
car on the other end. I offered him to join us, but he was hesitant because he would be breaking railway practices. But I eventually talked him into it. The two of us walked back to Barry and James. We have been sitting ducks here for a while, and we have to get moving. We stayed here for almost an hour, while we waited for James to cool down. We can't stay here, but we can't do anything, as starting James would be risky. But I believe there's a water tower around the bend. It will only be a minute, so we should be fine.
Oh my god, does these ads keep popping up?
Congratulations, Mom and Dad. Your life now revolves around sports.
Come on, give me the skip.
But you wouldn't trade it for anything.
No.
Welcome to Sporthood. DSG, only at Dick's.
Man, these baby sounds, they're just like insane. I always remember that. Oh, crap. Sorry if the ads are like bugging me, I swear. It would have been nice I could have like used YouTube Premium.
As we pulled up, James slowly filled up with water. We decided to go down to Crosby. It isn't too far, so everything should be okay. Barry made sure that the points were set to the main line, just in case. For all we know, some engines to be traveling around the island to try and find out what happened.
Alright, take the James theme. Hey. Bro, like, my childhood was like everything, man. Like, that was awesome. It was pretty peak, you know. I always loved it.
I am glad to say that we made it to Crosby safely, and Darrell and Barry shoveled some of the last remaining coal into James's tender, being just enough to get us to the Col Depot. I ran into the station to see if there was anybody hiding, if there was any food, or if the stationmaster's office had a working television. Thankfully, when I entered the office, the stationmaster's television was still working. Without a second thought, I turned on the TV, and I listened to a live Sodor news broadcast. These people are known as the S.C.P. Foundation. It is currently unknown what they
Sodor
want,
news,
or how
yeah.
many have been affected by this. And reporters said that for the time being, avoid them. The Sodor sea urchin rescue are looking for them, and will do what they can.
Oh, come on! You shoot that
It
person?
wasn't
Oh
long
my...
until a report
I
began
mean,
to
you
come
would
to
never
second.
shoot a
I
woman like
saw
that,
a
man.
head screaming with the sounds of gunshots. I think it's safe to say that they are probably dead. Afterwards, I walked back to the gang and told them what I had seen. Our next move is the Col Depot. We will keep a close eye out on the way there. The sun was slowly beginning to set by the time we got there, and there was rolling stock scattered around the yard, either on the rails, in the sidings, or derailed. Some of the trucks had seemed to have been jammed into
Oh,
the turntable well,
damn,
and
that's
some of
what
them had
happened, yeah.
bruises and several cuts on their faces. They didn't seem so troublesome now. None of them said a word, but only stared at us, looking petrified as they must have witnessed something truly awful. We wasted no time, and threw James under the hopper, filling up the rest of his tender with coal. Afterwards, Barry, Darrell, and I went to look for anyone who had survived, when we heard a voice. If you're looking for the armed men, then I'm sorry to say that they already stopped by and took some of our brothers with them. We all soon heard the sounds of a steam engine getting closer and closer as a whistle blew behind us.
Oh,
A
wait.
whistle that all of us recognized. Our faces lit up with excitement as Percy emerged from the shadows. He was shocked to see us, but quickly smiled. Sam and Greg hopped out of his camp and greeted us warmly. It was interrupted by the sounds of faint, angry voices in the distance, and Percy told us to hide as he sprinted back into the
Oh,
shed.
no.
Before he could react, James jerked forward and ran to the shed, too.
Wow, that was like pretty insane, you know? Like when I definitely watched that, I was like fully shocked to see it. Like, that's the most best part I ever seen. Well, you know, like, or something like that happens, man. Oh my gosh. Does every single person in the SCP keep shooting people and engines? I mean, it's just cruel, you know? It's like kind of cruel. I mean, like, like this is literally the thing people I only wanted to understand, you know, because they just like know that the SCP is to secure, contain, and protect. Alright guys, hope you guys like this video. Like, subscribe, and like. If you want to see more content that was done by him, you can check more of them in the video and in the comment section below. Like, subscribe, and like, and don't forget to keep it rigid.